3 Papa Mike, flying 290. It's 4 Bravo Delta, turn left heading 160. Just 689, clear express.
Centennial Tower, Gulfstream 512 Romeo Juliet.
4 Bravo Delta, turn left heading 080.
Getting done with the de-ice over here at Denver Jet. We just want to make sure you could keep us open because we're coming up on 2 hours from our initial proposed time. We're getting ready to taxi out here in about 5.
Gulfstream 2 Romeo Juliet, here we have 3 hours.
All right, thanks.
#1805, Denver approach, runway 35 right, information Passage current. It's 4 Bravo Delta, maintain 180 knots or greater, just going to maintain 8,000. #1805, flighting 330, intercept runway 35 right, localizer, just going to maintain 9,000. It's 4 Bravo Delta, turn left heading 010, 4 miles from Dry Dog, maintain 8,000 until established on a localizer, cleared ILS runway 35 right approach. Three Papa Mike, set to maintain 9,000. #1805, counted approach 120.8.
First, I come up my mic, going to Denver Jet.
King Air 7 Mike Mike, taxi to Denver Jet, remain this frequency. How was your braking action? Did you experience any icing? And where were the bases?
Negative icing. Didn't get any real definite bases. Picked up the lights about 6,300. And braking action.
Put it back. 7 Mike Mike, thank you.
Jet Tower, Beach at 924 Bravo Delta is inbound ILS, runway 35 right.
Beach Jet 924 Bravo Delta, Centennial Tower. Braking action, reported as medium, basis 6,300, runway condition code 333, 3/4 inch dry snow. Runway 35 right, wind 050 at 5, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 35 right, 4 Bravo Delta.
Clear 825 Lima Juliet, say again. Do you have another radio?
A little better on this one.
Lear 5 Lima Juliet, I got you a little better. You ready to copy your clearance?
Affirmative, ready to copy clearance.
Lear 5 Lima Juliet, cleared to Papa India Alpha Airport via the Eons 5 departure. Wyndham transition is filed. Maintain 8,000. Expect flight level 370, 10 minutes after departure. Denver departure frequency 132.75, squawk 3753.
All Alright, Learjet 825, Lima Juliet, we're clear to the Papa India Alpha Airport, Eon's 5 departure. Wind of transition and as filed. Ground maintain 8,000 feet, expect level 37010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 13275, squawk 3753.
Be clear, solar. Alpha 3 Papa Mike, contact Centennial Tower, 118.9er.
Centennial Tower, Falcon 303 Papa Mike, ILS 35 Bravo Charlie.
Falcon 303 Papa Mike, Centennial Tower, wind 040 at 4, bases reported 6,300, runway condition code 333, 3/4 inch dry snow, braking action medium, runway 35 right, clear to land.
Clear to land 35 right, thanks for the advisory, Sir Papa Mike.
And Tower, 924 Bravo Delta is going to TAC Air.
Beach Jet 4 Bravo Delta, continue down the runway 2 Alpha 5, turn right Alpha 5, taxi 2 parking, remain this frequency, and what were the bases and how's your braking action?
Braking action was medium, bases were, if I remember right, about 6,400.
Beach Jet 4 Bravo Delta, roger. Falcon 3 Papa Mike, you copy that? Falcon 3 Papa Mike, a Beach Jet just landed, reported base 6,400, braking action medium.
Appreciate the advisory, 3 Papa Mike, thanks.
Link 6, descend to maintain 10,000, 10,000. Link 6, descend to maintain 9,000.
Hey, Tower, Beach Jet 924 Bravo Delta, you got the number requested?
Beach Jet 4 Bravo Delta, go ahead.
Yeah, do you know if they're going to go out and do any more removal on 35 right tonight?
Beach Jet 4 Bravo Delta, expect them to start plowing in about 15 minutes.
Okay, thanks. We just wanted to figure out some performance on them for our turn.
35 right, localizer. West 5307, maintain 250 knots until leaving 16,000. Fly maintain flight level 230. Mike 6 over Dry Dog, maintain, correction over Burpee. Maintain 900,000 until established all localizer. Cleared ILS runway 35 right approach. In 2063, maintain 250 knots until leaving 16,000. Climb maintain flight level 230. 3307, clear express. Link 6, contact Centennial Tower, 118.9er.
Falcon 3 Pop Mike, where park?
4 Surfer 3 Pop Mike.
Falcon 3 Pop Mike, you can turn right Alpha 9 across Alpha into the ramp from this frequency.
Right at Alpha 9er into the ramp 3 Pop Mike.
Falcon 3 Papa Mike, over the bases and target braking action.
Action's medium for 3 Papa Mike.
Falcon 3 Papa Mike, thanks. Haven't had any icing reported lately. Did you experience any?
Yeah, there's light rime starting around 13,000 for 3 Papa Mike.
Falcon 3 Papa Mike, thanks.
Station 602 Denver approach, runway 35 right. Denver altimeter 2965.
Tower Jetlink 6 approaching Giant Dog on the ILS 35 right.
Jetlink 6 Centennial Tower, runway 35 right. Wind calm, cleared to land. Braking action reported as medium. Light rime icing by Falcon, basis 6,200. Braking runway condition code 333, 3/4 inch dry snow. 35 right, cleared to land.
Right, Jetlink 6, copy all right, thank you, and cleared to land 35 right.
Maintain those 4-day speeds for sequence. On 602, descend and maintain 900,000 and contact approach 120.8. In 2063, contact Denver Center 128.37.
Tower, Learjet 825 Limit, we're parked at iJet, and we'd like to go to Denver Jet for de-ice.
Clear 825 Lima Juliet, Centennial Tower, taxi via taxiway Alpha.
Taxi via Alpha 825 Limit Juliet, thank you.
Tower Snowbus, maintenance connector. We'd like to head north on Alpha, and then we're ready to begin prior snow removal on runway 17 left.
Snowbus, Centennial Tower, hold short taxiway Alpha.
Hold short taxiway Alpha, Snowbus.
Jetlink 6, where you park? Jetlink 6, turn right at Alpha Niner and right on taxiway Alpha.
And right on Alpha Jetlink 6.
Lear 5 Lima Juliet, hold short of Alpha 10 on Alpha.
Hold short Alpha 10 on Alpha 5 Lima Juliet.
Jetlink 6, enter the ramp at Alpha 10 for signature.
Okay, yeah, we'll enter at Alpha 10 for signature.
Snowbots, do you see a northbound Learjet coming out of Alpha 16?
That's affirmative. It's right in front of me.
Snowbots, follow Learjet. You can proceed on taxiway Alpha. He's going to Denver Jet.
Roger, 3 on Alpha, and if possible, I'd like to get a clearance on Alpha to further back for all quick.
Snowbots, roger.
Anvil Aerospace. All systems online.
Lear 5 Lima Juliet, continue taxi to Denver Jet.
Alsar ground, Skyhawk 101. Pre-checks are complete, and 101 is spooling currently on Bravo 01.
Anvil Aerospace. All systems online.
Skyhawk 101 on Squadron Net. 101 is spooled on Bravo 1, standing by for takeoff. Alright, this is where we would switch frequencies.
Reference that Lear blanket on Alpha approved.
This is where we would switch frequencies and switch back to Port Olisar ground for departure. The way this departure is going to work is we're going to lift off. The instructor will have the pilots conduct a left-hand pattern around Port Olisar and do some touch and goes on available pads, probably on, in this case, we'll use Block Bravo. Olisar ground, Skyhawk 101 spooled, ready for departure on Bravo 01. Skyhawk 101, roger, clear for departure, Bravo 01. Will maintain left-hand pattern for touch and goes on Bravo block.
Takeoff complete.
We'd switch over to Squadron Net.
1405, Denver first, runway 35.
Squadron traffic, Skyhawk
101,
101, lifting off Bravo 1, conducting left-hand patterns, Skyhawk 101.
1405, Denver, altimeter 2965, descend to maintain 10,000, 10,000.
Alright, so in this case the students will conduct our
Snowbots, proceed on runway 35, right?
Yeah, 35 right, Snowbus.
Lock.
All-Star traffic, Skyhawk 101 turning left-hand base for Bravo block. Correction, turning downwind. So the students will be maintaining an orientation above the landing pads so that they can effectively see them as they're making turns. One of the things that we need to note to instructors is we want to make sure that students are staying above the landing pads on Port Olisar. If we're on planet, we'll maintain Angels 1.5 while in the pattern. and pattern speed will not exceed 120 knots. All start traffic, Skyhawk 101 turning left-hand base for approach to Bravo block, touch and go. Alright. I need to get my
934 Denver approach, quick ILS runway 35 right, Denver altimeter 2965.
All start traffic, Skyhawk 101 turning final for touch and go, Bravo block.
1405,
okay, so on final we're going to go gear down. And we will come Port Olisar for landing clearance.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
So Bravo block is the one on the end, so this is going to be a long final. Final approach, since the aircraft slows to a stop when you drop the gear, approach speed will be 50 knots until we get within range of landing. Okay, he's directing us to this block. Fucking lag, dude.
934 flying 290 vectors of final, descend maintain 13,000.
Forward proximity alert.
All start traffic, Skyhawk 101 on final approach to Charlie 03. Alright. And we'll do it. Short little touch and go here. This would be easier if it wasn't lagging.
Landing complete.
That was fucking horrible.
Takeoff complete.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
What block am I in? This is Charlie. So we want to keep him on Bravo block. So we're going to take off.
So 934, descend maintain 10,000, 10,000.
Alright, so let's look at this from a different perspective. If we take off on Bravo block, which we did, and that's where we want all of our students to fly off of. Alright, so here's how we're going to do this. Alright, so here's me. I just took off on Bravo 1. I'm just off the pad. We turn inboard. We strafe off the pad. And we're actually going to conduct right-hand patterns. So, all-star traffic, Skyhawk 101, clear of Bravo 03, maintaining right-hand traffic for touch and goes on Bravo block. Alright, so we're going to climb on the upwind, staying above landing pads. Also our traffic, Skyhawk 101, turning right hand. Shit, what is it? Upwind. Fuck, I can't remember it. Alright, so we'll set up to do a long base to final.
1470, contact Denver Center 128.37.
All-star traffic, Skyhawk 101, turning right hand downwind.
8179, Denver departure.
Pattern speeds will not exceed 120 knots.
Leaving 16,000, fly maintain flyable 230.
So the downwind segment is parallel with our takeoff and our final approach segment into the Bravo block. This would be easier with the track IR, but with the new cameras we should be able to do it no problem. Also our traffic, Skyhawk 101, turning right hand base to final, touch and goes, Bravo 03. Alright, so this would be a 90-degree turn. We're going to start reducing speeds for our final approach because we have to drop the gear and con the station. All-Star traffic, Skyhawk 101, turning final approach for Bravo 03, touch and go. Alright, so once we turn final, we're going to drop the gear.
Landing gear deployed.
And it's going to drop us to 0. So we'll increase our forward momentum. We will calm all-Star traffic control.
At 8179.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Alright, and there we go. There's 03 locked in. All-Star traffic, Skyhawk 101 on short final, touch and go, Bravo 03. Alright, so this works a lot better because if we want to keep the students specifically on Bravo 3, or well on the Bravo block, depending on what they're flying.
934, turn 10 degrees left.
Alright, so now we're gonna get a nice little pad drop here. Be a little smoother if it wasn't for the lag. Skyhawk 101 on Bravo 03.
Landing complete.
All traffic this net. Skyhawk 101 lifting. Alright, so we'll slide over off of the pad.
934, descend to maintain 8,500.
Gear up.
Raised.
All traffic this net, Skyhawk 101, clear of Bravo 03, climbing on upwind, maintaining right hand patterns for touch and goes, Bravo block. Alright, so now we're on the upwind, drop it below 120, do a nice 90-degree right hand turn. Alright. And we'll kind of level it out here. And we want to
934 is 4 miles from Dry Dog, turn right heading 330. And 8,000 till 7 solid.
all traffic this net, Skyhawk 101, turning right hand downwind for Bravo block. And we can kind of use the edge of the station as kind of a visual marker when we make turns. So we can kind of watch our position here. We don't want to drop below the pads because we're not going to be able to see them as we make our final approach. That's why we want to stay above them.
Snowboss, the arrival's 8 miles out. I'll need the critical area cleared here in about a minute.
Roger, Snowboss.
Alright. Also our traffic, Skyhawk 101, turning right hand base to final, Bravo block, touch and goes.
934 on the Oz 35 right.
Alright, so
Foothills 934, Centennial
this will be easier with track or trying to see the right hand as we turn.
Runway. Base's last report 6,200 light rime ice on your descent. Runway condition.
And also our traffic, Skyhawk 101, turning long final, Bravo 03.
Plowing going on at this time.
And once we turn final,
Foothills 934.
we're going to drop the gear.
934, braking action.
That'll reduce our speed down. We're going to maintain our speed at about 50 knots on the approach. Line it up. We're going to calm Alisar.
Please proceed to assigned landing
Snowboss,
bay.
advise vehicles clear of the runway.
And we'll increase our approach speed. And there's 03 locked in again. Looking good. So maintain a nice descent just like we do on a planet. And descent is relative in space, but I guess angle of approach.
16,000, climb and maintain flyable 230.
I want to come in nice and low over the pad, assuming there's no obstructions at the edge of the pad. We're going to reduce speed down to 25 knots. Start doing our thrust down, reduce speed to a full stop as we thrust down. Line it up.
Sorry, Snowboss, all equipment is clear of runway 35 right.
And drop it
Snowboss,
down.
Roger. Foothills 934, wind 3504, runway 35 right, cleared land.
Have a pleasant stay.
Clear land 35 right, Foothills 934.
What the hell?
655, Shot Denver approach, turn right heading 040, vectors I less than 35 right, Denver altimeter
Did I, like
2966.
break the ship or something?
Shot Denver altimeter 2966.
Okay, there we go.
Maintain
Alright.
11,000.
So, All-Star traffic, Skyhawk 101, lifting off Bravo 3 for departure. Maintaining right-hand pattern for touch and goes, Bravo 03. Gear up.
Raised.
All traffic this net, Skyhawk 101, clear Bravo 3. Alright, so we'll come on the outbound. Bring it up to 120 knots for pattern speeds.
American 633, clear at Pueblo.
And check our reverse camera, and we will turn on the upwind. I can't remember, why can I not remember what that's called, that segment? Downwind, base, final, upwind, crosswind. We're on crosswind right now. If I can do that. Alright, All-Star traffic, Skyhawk 101, turning right hand, downwind for touch and goes, Bravo 03.
Cleared ILS runway 35 right approach.
Alright, there's our visual marker at the end of the station. We're nice and we're above it. We're going to maintain 120 as our pattern altitude, or I'm sorry, pattern airspeed. And using free look, we can kind of see where we're at in our pattern flight here. We maintain orientation. We can also use reverse cameras to judge where we're at and how far down we are. Once we can see the rings, it's a good time to turn base to final. So make a nice right hand base and lower our approach speed to 100. All-Star traffic, Skyhawk 101, turning right hand base to final, Bravo 3, touch and go.
Foothills 934, you can turn right at Alpha 5. Taxi 2 parking, remain this frequency.
So we got below the pad, so we need to
parking with you, Foothills 934.
increase.
Snowbrush, you can proceed on runway 35 right. I do have another Learjet that's 6 miles outside the outer marker, so I'll need you clear shortly.
Okay, clear back onto runway 35 right, Snowbrush.
Alright, All-Star traffic, Skyhawk 101,
934.
turning short final, Bravo 03, full stop. And this will be a full stop on this one. Com, All-Star traffic for landing approval.
Foothills 934, roger.
And we will
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
our approach of 50 knots. There's Bravo 3 locked in. All traffic this net, Skyhawk 101 on short final, Bravo 03, full stop.
Medium, runway condition code 333. Bases were reported around 6,200. I had a report of white rime. Continue runway 35
Alright, we're coming
right.
in over the station, so we're going to drop our speed down to 25 knots. And we're going to increase our descent vector. Alright, bring it down to 10 knots, increase our descent vector. Bring it to 0. And we are going to do an automated landing. So we can put this puppy on the deck.
Landing complete.
Medevac 6 Mike Foxtrot, where will you be
And
parking?
engine off.
We're going to attack air Medevac
Alright,
6 Mike Fox.
not bad.
Thank you.
0 vectors ILS, it's going to maintain 9 south.
So for note-taking purposes and for the curriculum, that's an overview of basic pattern maneuvers. Let's make sure we get speeds and things like that put into the curriculum.
Six Charlie Juliet, flying 280, going to maintain 9 south.
Clear, Snowbrush.
Medevac 6 Mike Foxtrot, check your altitude. I'm getting a low altitude alert.
Mike Fox.
Snowbrush, all equipment is clear, runway 35 right.
Snowbrush, roger. Medevac 6 Mike Foxtrot, runway 35 right, cleared land.
Clear land 35 right, medevac 46 Mike Fox.
Lake 630 Denver approach, runway 35 right. Lake 630 Denver altimeter 2967, sliding 280, descend and maintain 13,000.
Medevac 6 Mike Foxtrot, turn right Alpha 5, taxi 2 parking, remain this frequency.
Frequency medevac 46 Mike Fox.
Snow Boss beyond the Lear, proceed on runway 35 right.
Okay, we'll give way to the Lear and proceed on to 35 right. No loss.
And Snow Boss, the next arrival is about 25 miles south.
Roger, no loss.
Red Lake 630, descend and maintain 9er south. Just 6 Charlie Juliet, turn right heading 330, then intercept runway 35 right, localizer.
Okay, next segment will be a transit to Daymar, land at 141, and conduct pattern operations at ground facility. So we will start with, we just got in the cockpit, we did the walk around, we got in the cockpit. All stations this net, Skyhawk 101, spooling on Bravo 3.
6 Charlie Juliet, maintain 170 knots towards Breeder to Jet.
Engine on.
Online.
All-star traffic, Skyhawk 101, spooled on Bravo 3, lifting.
So, boss, that aircraft 6 miles outside the outer marker. Just advising you're all clear of equipment 35 right.
Roger, we will advise when clear. 35 right, so long.
Radar contact, maintain 250.
All stations this net, Skyhawk 101, clear of Bravo 3.
Shields.
Alright, departure speed of 120. And we will set our destination. 120 set.
Snow boss, tower.
Setting our
When
destination
you
for
clear your equipment, sir, just verify you are clear of the ILS critical area at that time as well.
All stations this net, Skyhawk 101, initiating transit to Daymar area of operations.
Area, and we'll report clear when clear the runway.
All-star traffic, Skyhawk 101, outbound.
446 Charlie Juliet, ILS 35 right, 179 Sky Dog.
Foundation 446 Charlie Juliet, tail tack, continue our 35 right. Snow equipment on the runway, they are clearing at this time. Last base report was 6,200, light rime in the descent. Runway condition codes were 333 with 3/4 inch dry snow.
446 Charlie Juliet, roger, continuing.
Alright, so all equipment clear, 35 right.
Sumos Tower, roger, all clear, 35 right, and runway condition still 3/4 dry snow.
Yeah, we haven't been able to get out there and check it yet, so as soon as we are, then we'll let you know the update.
Roger. Foundation 6 Charlie Juliet, you are number 1, runway 35 right, clear to land.
35 right, clear to land, 446 Charlie Juliet.
141. There it is. Daymar Center, Skyhawk 101 with you, inbound, turning for Oscar Mike Tech 2.
Sumos Tower.
Final destination, Artcorp Mining 141, full stop.
That center will be south on Alpha. Air 85 in the US tail tower, wind 3504, running 35 right, taxi via Alpha, hold short of Alpha 16.
Daymar Center, Skyhawk 101, roger. We are at Oscar Mike Tech 2. We are turning inbound for 141 approach. We'll advise when breaching atmosphere.
Your taxiway at different intersections, they'll give way to you. Station 6 Charlie Juliet, where do you park tonight?
33 miles per peak cross per peak.
Okay, so for note taking for curriculum, once they're inbound to the planet, we're going to have them boost to max speed for the approach. And we want them to get within about 75 kilometers, let's try 50 kilometers from their destination before we actually go into atmosphere. That way we're minimizing transit times in atmosphere where it's slower and maximizing like our speed, so we're not wasting people's fucking time with these transits. And for note taking, I need to figure out the brevity code for an if we get interdicted while en route.
Visibility 1/2, light snow, mist, indefinite ceiling 1,100, temperature -13, dew point -14, altimeter is 2963, surface visibility 3/4.
46 Charlie Juliet, broke out 7,600 MSL.
Thank you, ma'am.
1975, contact Denver Center 128.37. Lake 630, contact Centennial Tower 118.9er.
Alright.
446 Charlie Juliet, how's the runway?
Roger. 630 Centennial Tower. 630, start your speed reduction now to final approach speed, please. Your 5 in trail, the citation showing 120 knots there to 2 mile final. Runway 35 right, clear to land number 2.
Land 35, Red Lake 630.
Lake 630, and their previous aircraft reported MSL base is 7,600. They just picked up the runway a couple miles out, and no icing report at this time yet.
Roger, thank you, Red Lake 630.
Air 5 Madrid, just let me know when you're home towards 16, or beam 16.
Yeah, we'll let you know, H5 Lima Juliet.
Station 6 Charlie Juliet, say parking.
Back here.
6 Charlie Juliet, sorry ma'am, I already asked you that one. Turn right Alpha 9, please. Taxi north on Alpha, remain this frequency.
Hey, Alpha 9, 446 Charlie Juliet.
Citation 832 Juliet Sierra. We're at Signature. Need to go over to the de-ice pad, and we'll get the AIDAs and stuff on our way.
Station 6 Charlie Juliet, 5 minutes, stay with me. Taxi north on Alpha to parking. When able, say if you picked up any icing in the descent, please.
Alpha to parking and no icing for 446 Charlie Juliet.
Thank you, ma'am. You have a good night.
Thank you.
H5 Lima Juliet, Alpha 16.
5 Lima Juliet, Roger, just hold your position. I'll taxi full length momentarily, landing traffic.
Alright, holding Alpha 16, H5 Lima Juliet.
Fort 5 Tower. Sorry, fellas. Snowbox, sorry about that. I have an inbound jet to TAC here. Do you have a preference, Alpha 3 or Alpha 4, where you'd like them inbound?
Yeah, Alpha 4 would be better.
Station 6 Charlie Juliet, join the ramp, right turn at Alpha 4, please.
Right turn Alpha 4, 446 Charlie Juliet.
Now citation 832 Juliet Sierra is at Signature. Would like to taxi over to the ice ramp.
Air 5 Lima Juliet, taxi full length going 35 right, and just advise when you're at the end of the...
And we'll advise we're at the end, H5 Lima Juliet.
Okay, Daymar Center, Skyhawk 101, turning, let's see, how would that comm go? Daymar Center, Skyhawk 101, reporting 50 kilometers from ArcCorp 141, breaching atmosphere, passing flight level 240-4150, Skyhawk 101.
To the opposite way from your tower.
Red Lake 630, stay parking.
Red Lake 630, X-Jet.
Red Lake 630, next right turn the reverse Alpha 11 if you'd like it, otherwise Alpha 9, and expect progressive.
Okay, we'll have to do Alpha 9 and expect progressive, Red Lake 630.
Station 2 Juliet Sierra, are you going to use the X-Jet de-icing behind you there, or do you need to go north of the tower here?
Yeah, it's here behind us, here on the same ramp.
2 Juliet Sierra, ramp's uncontrolled, not observing any aircraft behind you. The one off your left exiting the active will be joining the ramp for X-Jet, so just use caution.
Okay, we'll be careful.
Red Lake 630, turn right Alpha 9, right on Alpha, taxi Alpha to parking.
Okay, Alpha 9, Alpha to parking, Red Lake 630.
Red Lake 630, maneuvering aircraft on that ramp is going to X-Jet for de-icing, so just use caution on the ramp.
Alright, you will use caution on the ramp.
Daymar Center, Skyhawk 101, reporting in at 15,000, and 24.5 kilometers from 141. Roger, switching over to ArcCorp approach.
Island Jet, just stand by for your release.
ArcCorp approach, Skyhawk 101 with you, holding flight level 135, inbound, full stop,
right now,
ArcCorp
visibility
141.
1/2, wind 060 at 5, light snow, mist. Actually, just stand by, indefinite ceiling 1,100, temperature -13, dew point -14.
ArcCorp approach 141, Roger, descend,
6-3, no other
flight
changes.
level, correction, Angels 8.
Fly Lima Juliet, wind 3406, runway 35 right, clear for takeoff, turn left, heading 320.
0 and 35 right, clear for takeoff, Fly Lima Juliet.
ArcCorp Center, Skyhawk 101, approaching Angels 8. Roger, descend Angels 5. ArcCorp approach, Skyhawk 101, reporting in at Angels 5. ArcCorp approaching Skyhawk 101, passing Angels 5 for Angels 3. Turning inbound for final descent vectors to enter pattern. See shit. Alright, so for note taking, probably at this kind of approach angle, we're going to do like a spiral approach coming in.
630, did you have a braking action report for 35 right?
And we're going to have the students
Braking
hold
action seemed good actually for
at Angels 2 until they get within a decent range.
So, boss, proceed on runway 35 right, your discretion, and in the ILS critical area. I'll let you know the next inbound, none at this time.
Roger, cleared on to 35 right, and I was critical area.
Alright, so about 6,000.
5 in the Juliet, contact Denver departure.
Denver departure, have a great day.
ArcCorp approach, Skyhawk 101,
going
leveling out at Angels 1.5 to enter the pattern at altitude 8.
Roger,
Shit, what's the other fucking word? Damn it.
Departure radar contact, expedite through 16,000, climb maintain, flight level 230.
Expedite through 16,000, climb maintain, flight level 230, H5 Lima Juliet.
Alright, so we'll turn back in. Staying at 1,000 because at night, I don't know where the mountain peaks are. Alright, there's ArcCorp mining. And we'll come in at a nice pattern altitude. Bring it down to 500. Reduce speed to pattern speed of 120. ArcCorp traffic, Skyhawk 101. Entering long downwind, final approach, ArcCorp. So we're going to keep our altitude
turn right
at
heading
200.
040, then direct Eon.
Between 150 and 170.
040, then direct Eon, H5 Lima Juliet.
Go lights on. It'll be a lot easier daytime. ArcCorp traffic, Skyhawk 101, turning left-hand base for approach to ArcCorp, full stop. Alright, so we're maintaining pattern speed of about 120, pattern altitude below 200. ArcCorp traffic, Skyhawk 101, turning base to final, full stop. Skyhawk 101. Alright, so we got a nice long approach coming in. can't see the terrain, so we want to maintain altitude minimum so we don't bounce. And we're going to reduce speed on final approach to 75 knots because we've got to drop the gear and we've got to do comm to ArcCorp. So we're going to go gear down on final approach. We're going to comm ArcCorp. And we will set our final approach vector here. ArcCorp traffic Skyhawk 101 on final short final full stop. Skyhawk 101. Alright, so we're going to close our approach vectors. Reduce speed to 25 knots, gears down. Alright. Continue to drop our approach speed. Line it up for a nice clean landing without hitting the poles. And we didn't get any authorization to land.
Contact Denver Center 133.905.
133.905, 85, Lima Juliet.
Landing complete.
ArcCorp traffic, Skyhawk 101 on deck.
Landing complete.
And because of the stupid bounce, we'll go engine off. Not too bad. Not too bad.
Uplift 539, Denver departure, route to runway 35 left. Call maintain 10,000, 10,000. Uplift 539, turn left heading 175, maintain 210 knots. With 539, contact approach 123.85.
Tower citation 832 Julius here.
Station 832 Julius here, Cal Pat.
Alright, let's work on some...
Hey Juliet, Sierra, stand by one. Hey Juliet, Sierra, you're a little over 2 hours into a 3-hour window. You're de-icing now, is that correct?
That's correct. We're probably half done de-icing.
Register, let me know when you're ready to taxi. It's going to stay in there for 3 hours minimum at this time with the weather.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Alright, so on this one we're going to approach this as a fresh flight. We'll do a full safety walk around, check the ship condition, and then we will do 3 or 4 pattern flights and approaches, touch and goes, and make sure we record
We run into some delays during de-icing. Want to see if you could keep us open till 10 o'clock now.
Hey, 2 Romeo Juliet, no problem, sir. I'll just go ahead and update it present time now, and you'll have a 3-hour window from that time.
Really appreciate it, thanks.
Alright, per the training material, so walk around begins at the nose. We are checking the nose landing gear for damage. Obviously we can't do any panels yet, I guess. We're going to check the wing surfaces and the fuselage, make sure there's no damage. We're going to check weapon mounts to make sure that weapons are equipped. Check the rear mount. Check the engine. And actually what we should do in first person is not be able to see any of the attachment points. That's pretty awesome. So fuck it. So note to self in the curriculum, pilots on a walk around probably should check each of the components, and that should be checked prior to the mission, not the final walk around prior to flight. Alright, so checking nacelle condition, left wing condition, left mount condition, left side hull condition, and main mount condition. So safety walk around complete, everything looks good.
On 94, Denver departure, radar contact, maintain C50 knots until leaving 16,000. Final maintain level C30.
Hey, not sure if you're there, but there's a guy in Discord named Sefin that says he knows you in real life.
Altitude 72, contact Denver Center 128.65. That's 94, climb maintain, level T30.
Alright, now the safety walk around is complete, and I say goodnight to the wife. So this would be when the student enters the spacecraft. And the way the pattern is going to go, we're going to use this ridge line as a visual marker. Like, oh, there's a constellation right there. That'll be our visual marker for our approach in. So we'll head out that direction. We'll turn crosswind. We'll fly base down this direction. Then, I'm sorry, we'll fly downwind down this direction. Base will be over there, and we'll do a straight approach right into the yellow markers on the pad. And that should be a decent pattern flight.
South Tower, roger, runway condition code 333, 1/4 inch dry snow.
Alright, pilot is in the spacecraft, and part of our startup procedures is pilot will report when they are spooling.
At 594, clear solar.
141 traffic, correction, 141 ground. Skyhawk 101 spooling on pad 2.
Airfield Aerospace. All systems online.
Alright, pilot will run through their startup checklists. Pilot will set screens to desired settings. So this one will actually put, I don't think that will change, will it? No. Alright. Actually, I want to set my comms down here. Alright, weapon settings, check, comms, power. Alright, everything else good for takeoff. 141 ground, Skyhawk 101 lifting pad 2.
Takeoff complete.
And since this will be our departure direction. 141 traffic, Skyhawk 101 departing pad 2. Alright, gear up. We're going to climb to 200 and maintain pattern altitude of 200 and a pattern airspeed of 120. Turn crosswind. We'll probably hold it for about 10 seconds since we don't have any ground indicators. Maintain that speed, drop our altitude down some. 141 traffic, Skyhawk 101 turning left hand downwind for pad 2.
Southbound, heavy Airbus 12000, sending a 11000.
And this will be easier with my track IR. But there's our corp off to our left. So we're going to fly this out a little bit. Probably when we see ArcCorp in the rear view camera, that will let us know we can turn base and final for a nice long approach on pad 2. And we will climb to 250. And we should be leveling out on the downwind.
969, traffic no factor, climb maintain flight level 230.
I wish this giant stupid ball wasn't in front of me so I could see shit.
969, the monitor.
Alright, there's ArcCorp. ArcCorp traffic, Skyhawk 101, turning left hand base to final, touch and go, pad 2. So we'll do a 90-degree turn, using our arrow on the left as guidance since they didn't put any fucking compasses in this stupid game. We'll do a visual check, and there's ArcCorp off to our left. Hold this for about 10 seconds, and then we'll fly our approach. And we'll make a left turn, ArcCorp traffic, Skyhawk 101, turning long final, touch and go, pad 2. So on this one we're going to drop our speed down to 100. When we hit 3,000 meters we'll drop the gear and contact for landing approval. And we've got traffic at 12 o'clock, probably still hovering. So we're going to drop our speed to 7.5 for gear drop. Gear drop. contact, approach, increase speed and maintain altitude because we can't see ground, so we're going to maintain minimums of 100. There's our ridge line off to the right as a visual indicator of where we're coming in. We're shooting for that pad on the left. So we're going to maintain minimums until we have a nice clear view of the pad. We're going to maintain approach speed at 4.5 and maintain our minimums of 100.
69, contact Denver Center 128.65.
Alright, we got a nice clean visual. So we're going to start our descent vector, drop speed to 3.5, line it up for the approach. Traffic at 12 o'clock is no factor. Alright, we're going to level out now so we don't hit any ground effects, and we will start our vertical descent into the landing pad. And if we need a visual, full stop and drop it down nice and easy. ArcCorp traffic, Skyhawk 101 on deck pad 2, lifting, touch and go.
Takeoff complete.
Alright, lifted, nose up, climb out speed to 120 and gear up.
Landing gear raised.
Alright, we're going to climb to 250 as our pattern altitude, maintaining climb speed of 120 on the throttle. We're at 250, we're going to level out and adjust speed. Check our rear view, and we're going to make a left-hand crosswind turn.
Unaware of a severe
Hold for 10 seconds.
We had a moderate turbulence between 12 and 15, about 20 southwest of Denver.
Alright, there's a 90-degree turn. Visual check, ArcCorp, yep, looking good. So we're holding at 270 speed, is a little low.
Stay here for a minute.
Hold for another 3 seconds. 1, 2,
46,
3. Left hand turn to downwind, maintaining altitude and speed.
Denver departure, roger. Stand by for the runway time.
Nice 45-degree bank.
10,000, 10,000 to maintain 210
A little low on the altitude, so we're going to climb a little bit. And we're going to hold at 265. Speed looks good. Now let's do a visual check since they didn't put any fucking compasses in. Oh, no. No! Free look is awesome. Okay. Let's just fix ourselves here so we don't wreck ourselves. Holding altitude and holding speed. Do a nice free look. So when we see ArcCorp in our rear view, then we will turn base and then turn final. Alright, there's ArcCorp in our rear view. We're holding altitude and holding speed. We're turning left-hand base. Nice 45-degree bank. Using our arrow indicator on the left side. That should be about a 90-degree turn. I don't know why they didn't put a compass in here. Alright, free look is working. And actually we're going to have to turn some more because I couldn't see ArcCorp. That was probably a little rough. Okay, there's ArcCorp, and we're probably over the ridge and we're losing altitude, so we're going to make a correction here. Held that base a little long.
Approach 123.85.
We're going to drop our speed to 100 for the approach. 7,000 out. We're going to hold this altitude and speed until we get to 3,000 out. Then we're going to drop gear and contact. approach for clearance to land. And this ball is fucking stupid. Okay, we're losing altitude a little bit. We don't want to hit ground effect. We can't see below us since we're in night conditions. So we're going to maintain minimums at 250 feet.
Looks like
we're approaching 3,000 meters, so we're going to go gear down. Speed will drop. We're going to increase speed to 50 on the approach coming in. We're going to contact
we didn't get that report
for landing approval. And we're going to shoot for that pad on the left. We're going to hold it about just over 40 knots on the final approach in. We're going to hold our altitude at 175 because we cannot see the fucking ground. It's like flying IFR, baby. Alright, we got a nice visual on our pad on the left. We're a little bit too far to the left, so we'll actually, as we're flying in, we'll strafe it to the right here because we want to come in on the long side. That is an issue of not being able to navigate or direction find. So we'll bring it in again. Alright, so we're lined up on the approach now. That probably would have been a missed approach. We'd have to refly it. But alright, we are dropping speed to 3.5 on the final approach. We're going to level out and start our descent vector so we don't hit any ground obstructions. We're going to drop our speed to 2.5. And 0. And bring it in nice and smooth.
Landing complete.
Landing complete.
Takeoff complete.
We'll go engine off.
Landing complete.
So we don't bounce. And let's check. Yeah, not bad. Almost right on the money. We want to put it right on the crosshairs. So the issue there was it was hard to navigate our pattern vectors, crosswind, downwind, and base because we can't direction find because they didn't put in a freaking compass. Also at night we don't have visual markers and we are in almost IFR conditions due to the dust. Pilots won't be flying this in the API stage. We want them flying with good visual markers, good visual indicators, and clear skies when possible. So we'll need to set up an alternate field if our primary field is in night conditions or IFR conditions.
250 knots, still leaving 16,000. Climb, maintain, flight 230. 242, 250 knots, still leaving 16,000. Alpha 6040, Denver departure radar contact, maintain 250 knots until leaving 16,000. Climb and maintain flight level 230. City 529, Denver departure radar contact. Maintain 250 knots until you leave 16,000. Maintain follow 230.
Tower citation 832 Juliet Sierra, we're ready to taxi.
Station 832 Juliet Sierra, Channel Tower, verified as Foxtrot, say your current position.
Yes, sir, we do have Foxtrot, and we're at the DI pad here in front of the signature hangar.
2 Juliet Sierra, standby 1. Snowboss Tower.
Tower, Snowboss.
Snowboss have an outbound DI stay aircraft for runway 35 right from the signature ramp, and just advise when all equipment is clear of the ILS critical area and 35 right.
Roger, we will report clear of runway 35 right and the ILS critical area, Snowboss.
2 Juliet Sierra, wind 020 at 7, runway 35 right, taxi via Alpha, and advise passing Alpha 16.
35 right on Alpha, and we'll let you know when to go by Alpha 16.
Two Juliet Sierra, you may see equipment just to beam Alpha as you're outbound. They are going to clear for you.
Okay, we'll watch one.
37. That was 376 Zulu, Denver departure, radar contact, climb and maintain follow 230. .40, contact Denver Center 128.37.
Engines offline. Engines online. Takeoff complete.
Tower, Snowboss, all equipment is clear of the ILS critical area and runway 35 right.
Snowboss Tower, roger, all clear 35 right, the critical area, thank you.
Tower 376 Zulu, fly heading 160, vector climb, expect direct stalker. .3445, Denver departure, radar contact, climb and maintain follow 230.
And Tower, Snowboss, our guys are going to plow taxiway Alpha. They're going to be heading north on Alpha. If you have any other aircraft that are taxiing out, can you coordinate those with us?
Snowboss Tower, roger, sir, and I have no inbounds at this time. I do have some later in the hour, but I'll just let you know accordingly. Are you planning on just staying clear of 35 right then?
They're going to finish taxiway Alpha, and then once we're done with that, we may be doing 35 right again already.
Thank you, sir.
6 Zulu, proceed direct stalker. That was 5529, contact Denver Center 128.65. At 3445, proceed direct Pueblo. 3445 affirmative.
And tower, citation 832 Juliet Sierra, we're passing Alpha 16.
2 Juliet Sierra, thank you, working on your release.
Okay, so this will be hopefully getting some daytime approaches into ArcCorp to get some visuals on the pattern work that needs to be done. There's also going to be a long-range approach coming in.
Runway 35 right is approach, speed to discretion.
So we're holding at
Turn
Angels
left, heading 320.
6.
Heading, and we're cleared to go 832 Juliet Sierra.
Direct approach to ArcCorp 141. We'll do a midfield break to enter a left-hand pattern. Hit the same pads that we were hitting before. Now, because of the Earth curvature, or the planet curvature, if we maintain 10 degrees nose up, we're actually holding altitude at Angels 5. If you do nose level with 0, you're actually going to be constantly descending into the curvature of the planet. So it looks like if we hold 10 degrees nose up, we'll actually maintain altitude. We're 23 kilometers out. ArcCorp traffic, Skyhawk 101, passing Angels 5 for Angels 2. So we'll do a nice steady descent down to 2,000 and set ourselves up for a low altitude midfield break to enter a left-hand pattern. So I'll actually go about 10 degrees nose down so we can get down to altitude. Drop back to 200 knots. Passing Angels 3. 16 kilometers out at 200 knots. And leveling out at Angels 2. 14 kilometers out, we're going to hold Angels 2.
I'm 962, tower.
You're at 3445, contact Denver Center 128.37.
Alright, we're holding altitude at about 7 degrees nose up. We are... I can't fucking tell how far away we are. Okay, we're now under 1,000 kilometers, or 1,000 meters. Yeah, 1 kilometer, I guess. So we're going to drop down to Angels 1. We're going to bring our speed back to 150 as we descend.
2102 Denver
Traffic
departure,
12
radar
o'clock
contact.
at the airfield. And we'll hold at Angels 1. And actually, let's drop down to... We'll drop down to 500 for this midfield break. Drop our speed back to pattern altitude. Okay, we're coming in over the airfield. We're at 500 feet.
So, boss, did I hear you right? You need
right
135
below
right
us.
for a little bit?
ArcCorp traffic, Skyhawk 101, left-hand midfield brake entering downwind. So in the midfield brake, we're going to left-hand turn, we're going to drop it down to 250, maintain, drop down to pattern altitude of 120, level it out, rear view mirror, there's ArcCorp.
Station 32 Juliet, Sierra Denver departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 9,000.
9,000, 832 Juliet Sierra.
And we'll hold it for a little while longer. ArcCorp traffic, Skyhawk 101, turning left-hand base to final full stop, pad 2. Alright, so we're going to maintain pattern altitude of about 300, maintain pattern speed, and we're just going to roll a nice left-hand turn until we get ArcCorp in front of us, because we were kind of close. Maintaining altitude, maintaining speed. .45-degree turn.
Station 2 Juliet, Sierra, come and maintain 105.
Okay, we're at 3,000. So we're going to tighten in our turn. We're going to line it up for the approach, coming right in over the ridge line. We're going to maintain pattern at minimums of 250, gear down. We're going to contact for landing clearance. And we're going to hold this, or increase speed to 50 with gear down. We're going to hold minimums to avoid obstructions. And now that we're flying days in pretty clear conditions, we can go ahead and vector our final approach. We are 1,200 out. We're going to drop speed to 30. Our gear is down. And we're going to line it up for pad 2.
Turn right heading 350.
350 on the heading, and verify that altitude 230.
Station 2 Juliet, Sierra, correct.
Alright, since we can actually see, we'll just maintain a nice glide slope coming in, reduce speed. Use our vector down thrust, bring it in. Traffic over the airfield is no issue. We're going to reduce speed some more. We're going to level it out.
Station 2 Juliet, Sierra, proceed direct to Emmy.
And we're just going to bring it in on a nice, easy path. Okay, we're coming in over the pad. We're going to reduce speed to a full stop. And we're going to bring it in nice and easy.
Landing complete. Takeoff complete.
And because of the bounce, we'll do engine off. Let's see how we did. Not bad, not quite on the crosshairs, but pretty close.
3440 Denver.
Alright, so now we'll do a couple pattern flights since we got some daylight and we can see what the hell we're doing.
iOS 3584, contact Denver Center 128.65.
Alright, so a review of our pattern here. So we're going to depart, I'm going to call that south for lack of a better way to describe it. Our ridge line here to the right will be our final approach visual cue that we're coming in. So we're going to take off, we're going to make a left-hand crosswind at the pattern altitude of 300. We'll fly 8 to 10 seconds. Then we'll turn a left-hand downwind, maintaining pattern altitude of about 300 and our speed of 120. We'll fly downwind until we see ArcCorp in the rear view. Then we'll make another left-hand turn for base, maintaining 300 and our airspeed of 120 for about 8 to 10 seconds. Then we'll turn a long final for approach to this pad. Once we turn final, we'll reduce speed to 100. At 3,000 meters out, we will drop the gear and contact comms for landing clearance. Once the gear drops, we'll increase throttle max to 50. When we hit about 1,500 kilometers, we should be on our final descent glide slope, reducing speed to 40 and then reducing speed gradually as we come in over the pad. We should be right over the top of it, you know, maybe 15 feet off the ground. Once we hit the pad, it should be full stop and a nice easy descent coming in. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to do comms. Okay, ArcCorp traffic, Skyhawk 101, lifting pad 2. No, correction, Skyhawk 101, spooling pad 2. Alright, engine on.
Offline. Engines online.
Okay, all of our screens look good. We've got comms, we've got power. Alright. And ArcCorp traffic, Skyhawk 101, now lifting pad 2.
Takeoff complete.
Okay, we are above obstructions. We're going to nose
Roger,
up,
and, they
throttle
cleared the
up,
ILS critical area as well.
gear up. We're going to climb to 300 and 120 on our speed. ArcCorp traffic, Skyhawk 101, clear of pad 2. We're going to continue that climb to 300.
420 outside, dry dock.
Southwest 420, Town Tower, good evening, man, wind 0405, or 35 right, clear to land.
Alright, we are at pattern altitude.
35 right,
We're going to make a nice
45
45-degree left-hand bank.
It was at 35 past, so it's almost an hour old. 7,600 is when they broke out MSL. Brake connection was good. There was negative icing in the descent. Runway condition codes are 333, 1/4 inch dry snow.
And we're just picking up some, just on the last portion of the arrival here. We're picked up like
left-hand turn.
Rhyme ice.
Thank you, ma'am. Just let me know when you're on the ground what altitude you broke out at and when you saw the runway and any icing.
And we should see
ArcCorp
just off
Talon Flight 402.
our left side.
Talon Flight 402.
There it is. Alright, now we're flying it downwind until we see ArcCorp in the rearview camera. We're going to maintain our pattern altitude and our pattern
Get a heads
speed.
up on what the condition of the surface is and is other aircraft getting into.
Talon Flight 402, I have one aircraft at the outer marker now, a Phenom. I'll have a pilot for you in about 3 minutes. Previous aircraft reported negative ice in the descent. Aircraft on final is just getting a light rime icing at this current moment. Brake connection was good. Runway condition codes tree, 1/4 inch dry snow. If you want to call me back in a couple of minutes, then I'll have a pilot for you.
Okay, Tower, thank you. Talon Flight 402 will call you back in about 3 minutes. Thanks.
Okay, there's ArcCorp in the review. Now we're going to do a left-hand turn to base. And fly that for about 6 seconds.
Departure, 5-hour transition.
We're going to maintain speed and maintain pattern altitude.
Climb and maintain 8,000. Denver departure frequency 132.75. Squawk 5160.
Alright, now we should be able to look. There's ArcCorp off to our left. We're going to fly this 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to turn final. ArcCorp traffic, Skyhawk 101, base to final, pad 2, full stop. Okay, we're going to maintain altitude and we're going to drop speed. We're about 3,400 out, so we'll maintain a little bit of speed.
5907 Denver departure, radar contact.
Alright, 3,000, we're going to drop down to about 75 on the approach. We're going to go gear down. We're going to come for landing approval. We're going to go max thrust to 50 with the gear down. We're going to, since we can actually see, we're just going to do a nice easy descent.
2122 has your right so far.
So for a good glide slope coming into the pad.
122 right,
remaining clear of obstructions.
Below flight level 280.
Alright, there's the pad. We got a visual on the pad. Should note how thick the haze is. I mean, this is almost IFR.
The approach place at 7,200 and runway at 7,000.
Okay, we're just going to make this a nice gentle glide slope coming in and keep speed reduced.
Pound 6855, fly present heading vector final, maintain 13,000. Flight 402, descend and maintain 11,000.
Yeah, looks very clear so far.
Over the pad.
Subject 240
Full
South Tower, clear
stop.
to St. Louis, VDX stand 4 departure, shake transition direct, climb and maintain 8,000.
On the deck,
Camera
engine
departure
off.
frequency 132.75, squawk 1406.
ArcCorp traffic, Skyhawk 101 on deck, spooling down.
Clear to St. Louis through the
Hey, look at that, right? Pretty much right on the money.
8,000.
That's not bad, not bad at all.
2.75, squawk 1406. Check 24.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Correct?
You know, we'll fly it one more time, just for good measure. ArcCorp traffic, Skyhawk 101, spooling pad 2.
Boss Tower.
Engines offline.
Tower's no boss.
Boss,
Alright,
once this
we're on
aircraft lands
Skyhawk,
in
or correction,
there, any
ArcCorp
restrictions
traffic,
on taxiing on
Skyhawk
Alpha at this
101,
time?
lifting pad 2.
Takeoff complete.
Negative, not on Alpha, thank you.
Roger, and do you need back on the runway, sir?
That's affirmative.
Roger, stand by.
Departing,
Upquest
gear up.
420, say parking.
We got heavy haze,
Upquest
so
420,
we
roll
really
down
got to pay
Alpha 5,
attention
turn
to our
right,
speed
taxi
and our
Alpha
climb
parking,
rate.
this frequency.
Gears up.
Alpha 5 Alpha
Nice descent
to the ramp with you.
trajectory, or ascent
Upquest 420
trajectory.
for next inbound aircraft when
We
able
are
to say
approaching
braking
pattern
action,
altitude
and
of 300.
let me know
We're
if
at
you got
pattern
any icing,
altitude. We're going to
further
hold
down than the
altitude
light
and
line you
increase
picked up
speed.
at 9,000
Make a
on the
nice
marker.
90 degree. 3,
maintain 11,000.
2, 1. Brake. And we're going to hold this for 6 seconds at our speed and altitude.
Braking action good. We got out of the ice probably. I think about it was a little bit above 8,000.
1.
Upquest 420,
And we're
thank
going
you.
to make
Negative
a
icing on the
45
rest of your
degree bank for
process.
5 seconds.
Thank you, ma'am. You have a good night.
4, 3,
And Tower flight
2,
402.
Down flight 402, Phenom just landed.
Brake
Report
out.
braking action good, 35 right. Runway condition codes are as
pattern
noted,
altitude and
333,
speed.
1/4 inch dry snow. That
And if
aircraft
we look,
picked up,
we should
had
see
negative
our
icing
port
under 9,000 on
right
the
off to
approach,
the left.
35 right.
So we're going to hold this until we see it in the rearview mirror.
And the runway at 7,000.
Okay, thank you for that heads up. Tower flight 912, we'll see you in a few.
So we're maintaining 120 at about 375.
Sorry about that. Proceed on runway 35 right. Next inbound is about 12 miles northeast of the field, but they have to go down for the outer marker, so I'll let you know once they make that turn.
We don't quite see ArcCorp in the rear camera yet. And there's ArcCorp in the rear camera.
5402, descend, maintain
ArcCorp traffic, Skyhawk 101, turning left base to final, full stop, pad 2. Skyhawk 101.
5402, descend, maintain 10,
45 degree
10,000.
turn. 3, 2, 1. Brake. And we should see ArcCorp off to our left side. There she is. Alright, we're going to hold this for 6 seconds at altitude and speed, which you can't really see. 3, 2, 1. ArcCorp traffic, Skyhawk 101, base to long final, pad 2, full stop. Alright, we are turn final. We're going to maintain altitude and speed due to haze and IFR conditions. We're approaching 3,000, so we're going to drop our speed to 100. Gear down. Comms for landing. And start max throttle to 50. There's the cliff, so we're a little bit too far to the right. So we'll correct for a clean long approach, or approach to the long side of pad 2. We don't have visual on the pad quite yet, but we know that cliff face is a visual marker. We should be to the left of it coming in.
5402, descend, maintain
And we got a visual on the pad, so maintain our glide slope and speed coming in. Gear is down. Comms
5671,
approved.
climb, maintain 1000.
Traffic at 12 o'clock is no factor.
Plus 897, proceed direct solar.
Get a nice easy glide slope coming in. Reduce speed over the pad. Correct. And let's get it in air.
5671, proceed direct black forest.
Landing complete.
Alright, engine off.
Takeoff complete. Landing complete.
Our Corp traffic, Skyhawk 101, on deck pad 2, full stop. And how do we do? A little bit to the right, not too bad. Alright, cool. Alright, so notes for self. These are IFR conditions. So in the curriculum, we need to make sure the students are aware that they need to pay attention to their instruments and visual markers when they can. Also note the times for left-hand turns to maintain pattern structure. That should be it. Alright, sweet. Let's get out of here.
I'm 6855, descend to maintain 9,000.
Our Corp traffic, Skyhawk 101, spooling, pad 2.
Engines offline. Engines online.
Alright, engines up. Arc Corp traffic, Skyhawk 101, lifting pad 2 for full departure. Alright, get that climb out. Gear up.
I'm 6855, turn left, heading 175.
High speed ascent. Make right hand turn.
That was 5671, contact Springs approach 124.0. Plus 897, contact Denver Center 128.37. .773 Denver departure, radar contact, climb and maintain, flight level 230.
Quantum drive is now on.
Flight 402, turn right heading 260, descend to maintain 8,500.
Quantum drive is now off.
Snowbox tower.
Tower, Snowbox.
Snowbox tower for inbound aircraft, advising you clear 35 right and the ILS critical area.
Roger, we will advise one clear of the 35 right and ILS critical area. Snowbox.
Denver ground, Bridget 194 Bravo Delta. We're just pulling up to the ice pad at Alpha 3.
Flight 402, turn right heading 330, intercept runway 35 right, localizer. 773, stay outside air temperature.
Step off tower, thank you. I have 2 inbound aircraft. One is on a 10-mile funnel, the other one's 5 in trail, and then I'll get you back on.
Okay, thanks.
Approach course, third RNAV, runway 35 right approach. Southcom 6855, reduce speed to 17, drop, base turn in about a mile or 2. Flight 402, maintain 170 knots or greater until dry dock. Com 6855, turn right heading 260. On flight 402, contact Centennial Tower 118.9er.
Clear. Online. Track. Online. Engines offline. Engines online.
Charlie Tower, Tower Flight 402 is with you on the RNAV GPS for runway 35 right, outside Jeddah.
Town Flight 402, good evening, sir. Wind 050 at 5, Centennial Tower, runway 35 right, clear to land.
Thanks for the wind and clear to land, runway 35 right, Town Flight 402.
Town Flight 402, no other changes from your previous pilot that you picked up when you're inbound.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Correction, stub off tower. Yes, sir, just wanted to know, is there any corrections to the as noted conditions for runway 35 right, or is it pending inspection?
We haven't inspected it in a little bit, but yeah, it should be fairly current.
Thank you, sir.
2 miles from Furby, maintain 9,000 until established on the localizer. Clear to ILS, runway 35 right approach. That is 773, contact Denver Center 119.85. With 6413, Denver departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Centennial Crash, Jet 924, Bravo Delta, flight pick up 5 clearance to India Kilo Victor.
Jet 924, Bravo Delta, Centennial Tower, cleared to India Kilo Victor Airport via the Eons 5 departure. Wyndham transition, then as filed. Climb and maintain 8,000. Denver departure frequency 132.75. Squawk 2742, hold your read back. Wind 040 at 5. Falcon 6855, Centennial Tower, yep. Jet 4 Bravo Delta, go ahead with the read back.
Okay, 924 Bravo Delta is cleared to India Kilo Victor via the ENS 5, wind of transition, then is filed, up to 8,000, 132.75, 2742.
Jet 4 Bravo Delta, your read back's correct, sir.
Landing gear deployed.
Centennial Tower,
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
35 right.
Falcon 6855, Centennial Tower, your number 2, traffic at Gulfstream 4 mile final, runway 35 right, clear to land.
Number 2, clear to land, 35right.com, 6855.
I'm 6855, wind 07083. It looks like my last inbound was a Phenom at 31 past the hour. Picked up the light 7,200 MSL, the runway at 7,000. Runway condition code is 333, 1/4 inch dry snow.
Copy all, thank you, sir.
Compass 5730, contact Denver Center 119.85.
Sound flight 402, roger, turn right when able, taxi south on Alpha, this frequency to parking.
Okay, make a right off the runway and taxi south on Alpha and stay with you, Sound flight 402, thank you.
Sound flight 402, did you concur with the previous PIREP or did you have a new one, sir?
We would have a new one. We broke out and saw the lights good at 6,800 feet. We got the runway about another 100 feet below that. And I would have given us more than a quarter-mile viz, that's for sure.
Quarter-mile viz, thank you, sir. Any icing in the descent?
Have a pleasant stay.
No, sir.
Roger. DARCOM 6855, did you copy?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So 6413, contact Denver Center 119.85.
We got the lights at 7,100, the runway at 7,000, and we're 3 miles out, and we picked up the airport environment.
I got 6855, thank you, sir. Wind 09083.
Copy that. Tower Talent Flight 402, sorry, we're not familiar with this place at all, actually. How far down is this X-Jet, please?
Down flight 402, your next left is Alpha 10, continue south to Alpha 12, it will be a left turn in the ramp. X-Jet will be the FBO off your left wing, east side of the ramp.
Okay, copied all. Alpha 12 into the ramp, thank you, Talent Flight. Okay, I do have it, thank you, Talent Flight 402.
119.85.